Hello everyone, welcome back to Oni-chan. Today, we're going to watch the anime So I'm a Spider. So what? Our main character has been reincarnated as a spider, living in a world where demon lords and heroes fiercely battle each other. Wakaba is an ordinary high school girl, who is not only addicted to isekai anime and manga but also a gamer. She often gets bullied by her classmates. While studying in class one day, suddenly, a bright light appears and destroys the classroom. When she woke up, she realized that she had been reincarnated as a spider named Kumoko. And there were many other siblings around her. She found this place very frightening. And Kumoko saw that the mother spider was also eating her siblings, which made the baby spider frightened and run away quickly. At this point, she realized that she had been reincarnated just like in an anime. Suddenly, the system notified that Kumoko had unlocked the appraisal skill, which made her curious. So, she tried appraising a stone, and it turned out to be a stone, leaving her feeling foolish. At this point, she realized that this world was just like in the game. She needs to level up to increase her skills. And she discovered that there are many scary monsters here as well, which made her so scared that she shot webbing out. So, she decided to build a house for safety. As soon as the house was finished, Kumoko was very hungry. Thus, Kumoko had to eat a dead spider nearby. Suddenly, the system announced Kumoko had unlocked the taboo and heretic magic skills at level 1. While trying to figure out how to use her skills, Kumoko discovered that a frog had gotten caught in a trap. Before she could do anything to it, it shot poison into her eyes, and continuously sprayed poison, causing Kumoko a lot of pain. Suddenly, the system unlocked the poison resistance skill for her. So, Kumoko decided to take revenge on the frog. Kumoko ran around to its back and bit into it. As a result, she got to eat frog meat. This made Kumoko very happy. On the other side, Kumoko's classmates all reincarnated very successfully. Most of them became princes, princesses, sword king, and future holy maidens. And the girl who was their teacher also reincarnated as an elf princess. This young man couldn't stop laughing when he saw his friend, who had reincarnated as a girl. And there was also an unlucky girl like Kumoko. She was reincarnated as a lizard, because she used to bully Wakaba. She thought this was her punishment. At this point, Philomose said that she had only gathered 11 reincarnated people, and she was still searching for the remaining people. Meanwhile, Kumoko was trying to eat the frog, to continue surviving in this world. Suddenly, Kumoko leveled up to level 2. So, all of her skills increased. Poison resistance level 3 and spider thread level 4. And she also discovered that when she leveled up, her wounds would heal. Suddenly, Kumoko noticed a person holding an egg. They were trapped in her trap. But, they managed to escape, leaving the egg behind. She realized her house was still not safe. So, Kumoko updated the house to make it better. It now had an alarm system to detect prey. When she was about to crack the egg open to eat, the egg still refused to become food for Kumoko. So, she used appraisal on the egg. She discovered that it was an earthworm egg. Thus, Kumoko went back home to rest. Suddenly, people came over. They burned Kumoko's house to steal the egg back. So, Kumoko went into hiding. At this moment, she felt very sad because she was too weak. Just like in her previous life, she was always bullied and abandoned by her friends. So, Kumoko decided she needed to become stronger. She continued leveling up using her gaming experience from her previous life. After a few days of fighting, she reached level 7, and easily used her webs to catch a cockroach. But, it brought its whole family to chase her, causing her stamina to drop quickly. Eventually, Kumoko managed to escape. She thought she was safe. Suddenly, a level 9 snake appeared. She realized it wanted to eat her. But this time, she decided not to run anymore. Determined to fight to improve her combat skills, she continuously set traps for the snake. Unexpectedly, she was struck by it. This caused Kumoko's HP to drop significantly. But, she still decided to fight to the end. In the end, Kumoko won, and she leveled up to level 10. Suddenly, the system gave her the choice of 2 evolution paths: Lesser Terratech and Small Terratech. Since Lesser Terratech was just bigger, Kumoko chose Small Terratech because it could evolve into a higher tier form. Then, she fainted. When she came to, Kumoko realized, although her body didn't change, Kumoko's level had returned to 1, because she was very hungry. Kumoko ate the snake, her HP gradually recovered. At this point, Kumoko gained 2 new skills: detection and thread control, helped her control her spider threads more easily. At this point, Kumoko discovered, if she continued to reach level 10, she would gain many new skills. As she was thinking that she would be invincible, suddenly, she was discovered by humans. So, Kumoko decided to fight them right away. But, when she used appraisal on them, they were level 29. So, Kumoko ran away, because their levels were too high. Unexpectedly, she fell into a pit. When she reached the bottom, Kumoko had fallen into a massive battle between a horde of monsters. But, the worst luck was encountering the Earth Dragon Araba, level 37. Seeing the Earth Dragon Araba easily defeat the monsters, she thought she was about to die as well. Fortunately, thanks to her invisibility skill, she was safe. At this moment, while she was looking for an exit, she discovered that she was in the middle floor of the Great Elro Labyrinth. It was a place with many strong, poisonous monsters. This made Kumoko scared, so she could only hide from them. While she was searching for food, she saw a bunch of small insects that looked very tasty. So, she decided to try eating them. But, their taste was terrible, and she gained the skill rot resistance level 3. Because she was hungry, Kumoko had to continue eating these small insects. At this point, Kumoko encountered another group of high-level dinosaurs. So, she ate them. Unexpectedly, Kumoko unlocked the title of Poison Master, and gained 2 new skills: Poison Magic and Poison Synthesis. At this point, she tried Poison Synthesis. She discovered that her MP decreased. While she continued searching for an exit, she remembered her previous life. She used to enjoy watching TV shows about remote mountainous regions like this. But now, she didn't like it anymore. Suddenly, she was attacked by a baby monkey. So, Kumoko decided to turn it into a meal. She ate it and leveled up to level 4. 1 was fine, but when faced with a horde, Kumoko decided to run away. They kept throwing stones at Kumoko. So, she used her webs to block the stones. Kumoko released poison onto them. She continuously used her webs to capture them. Suddenly, a monkey broke Kumoko's leg. This caused Kumoko a lot of pain, and her MP was depleted. It seemed like Kumoko was about to be captured by them. But, she managed to evolve and level up to level 5 in time. They continued to chase after Kumoko. So, she unleashed her webs on them. She created a large net. Then, she immediately pulled down an entire rock wall there. And Kumoko defeated them. As a result, Kumoko leveled up to level 7. But, the evolved monkeys came running. They continued to capture Kumoko. At this point, Kumoko decided to eliminate the 3 leader monkeys. So, she continuously poisoned them, while she was searching for the last one. But, she was attacked by it. This caused Kumoko's HP to drop significantly. But, Kumoko was determined to defeat it. She managed to level up to level 9 just before her HP ran out. So, Kumoko survived, and she had a lot of food. At this point, Kumoko reached level 10 and was about to choose an evolution path. Knowing that she would faint during the evolution, Kumoko decided to find a safe place first. But, she ended up falling into a lava floor, and she was continuously attacked by a seahorse shooting fire. Fortunately, Kumoko managed to escape to the upper floor in time. At this point, she realized she needed to continue evolving. Only then would she be able to defeat it. When Kumoko woke up, she had evolved and changed with the orbs on her back, and her stats had increased significantly. And Kumoko received many new skills. At this point, Kumoko discovered the Ruler of Pride skill. It could help her enhance her skills and level up. And she had the ability to surpass the system and achieve godlike strength. Although she couldn't understand anything she read. But, Kumoko decided to upgrade the Ruler of Pride skill, because its name sounded very cool. Suddenly, Kumoko's Taboo skill also leveled up to level 4. This skill can only be obtained by eating members of your own species. So, she was also granted 2 additional skills: Abyss Magic level 10 and Hades. This made Kumoko very happy, thinking she had hacked the game. Suddenly, she discovered another skill called Demon King. So, Kumoko decided to return to the lava floor to get revenge on the seahorse. At this point, Kumoko was fighting it. She easily dodged the seahorse's attacks. But she discovered that it had run out of MP. It couldn't shoot fireballs anymore. So it charged onto the shore to fight Kumoko. At this point, she realized it was foolish. And Kumoko easily defeated it. While she was eating the seahorse, two catfish appeared. They immediately attacked Kumoko. So she was surrounded by them. At this point, she shot poison into the catfish's mouth, causing the catfish to suffer and eventually defeat it. It made the remaining catfish scared. So it immediately ran away. When Kumoko took a bite, it made her very happy. And she imagined many dishes she could make with the catfish. Suddenly, a high-level eel appeared. At this point, Kumoko had the skill to see into the near future. So she easily dodged its attacks. But Kumoko still got her butt burned by it. And it continued to attack Kumoko. Fortunately, she managed to escape in time. Kumoko realized that its MP was almost depleted. So she tried to hold on. Eventually, it ran onto the shore. Seizing the opportunity, she threw poison into the eel's mouth. She thought she had defeated it. Unexpectedly, it used a skill to convert stamina into HP. And it continued to stand up. So Kumoko continued to throw poison at it. In the end, both of them collapsed. But Kumoko leveled up from level 7 to level 10. And she recovered, along with a significant increase in many stats. At this point, Kumoko decided that instead of choosing a larger evolution, she chose to evolve into Zoa La, because it had a small form, making it easier to fight and hide. However, it was a very unlucky type of spider. Kumoko used the eel's body as a place to evolve. After evolving, Kumoko gained a set of armor. And her two front legs had transformed into two sides. Her skills also increased significantly. This surprised Kumoko. After she grilled the eel to eat, suddenly, a voice echoed in Kumoko's head. This was because she had unlocked the parallel mind skill. So she created another personality in her mind. This Kumoko would handle information, helping the other Kumoko in battle. At this point, Kumoko unlocked a new skill called Evil Eyes. So she decided to test it on a frog. She used Evil Eyes, and the frog instantly died. This made her very happy. At this point, Kumoko thought she had become invincible. Suddenly, she realized that she was being monitored by a high-level administrator named D from the outside world. To continue surviving, so she explored abyss magic with her other personality. But she still couldn't use it. While the two were arguing over who would use magic next, suddenly, the second personality appeared. She was a magic expert. Meanwhile, outside, Kumoko encountered a level 20 fire dragon. But it was injured, with only half of its HP remaining. And it continued to attack her. So Kumoko activated two other personalities of hers. She began using magic continuously to attack the dragon. However, it was still very strong. It kept counter-attacking Kumoko. And it shot fireballs at her. As she was about to fall into its mouth, she created a poison ball. Along with her magic personality, she enhanced the attack. Suddenly, the fourth personality appeared. But it was not at the right moment. So she threw poison into the fire dragon's mouth. But it spewed fire and blocked the poison. And it counterattacked Kumoko. She thought she would be turned into a roasted spider. But she appeared above and continuously attacked the fire dragon, causing it to collapse. However, she also lost one of her legs. She thought she had won. Unexpectedly, the fire dragon continued to rise. She realized her HP was only 1. So she decided to use her secret weapon. She focused all three personalities together, activated the Hades magic, which drained all the lava in the area. At this point, the fire dragon had only a small amount of HP left. So Kumoko shot webs at it and delivered the finishing blow. Kumoko directly leveled up from level 16 to level 19. This made her very happy. But when the fire dragon died, this had alerted an administrator of this world. At this moment, Kumoko was preparing to eat the dragon. Suddenly, he appeared. Kumoko couldn't appraisal his level. And she also didn't understand his language. Suddenly, Administrator D dropped a phone and began talking to him. Although she didn't understand what they were saying, he left. At this moment, Administrator D told Kumoko, "I've sent him away." Out of boredom, she had been observing Kumoko for entertainment, and she enjoyed watching others struggle with suffering. Before Kumoko could ask anything, she vanished. At this moment, Kumoko's three personalities were discussing who D was, which made Kumoko want to go crazy. She told them that if they were so free, they should research space magic, because it would help her escape more easily. Suddenly, Kumoko found the way back to her home. At this moment, a very powerful mage named Ronant was exploring the labyrinth. They heard that many monsters from the labyrinth were escaping to the outside world. Because of a spider, he came here to eliminate it. At this moment, Ronant found Kumoko's nest, so he used magic to burn it. He thought everything would be easy. Suddenly, Kumoko appeared, which surprised him, because this spider monster had many rare skills. He was also shocked to see that the spider was appraising him. So, he decided to appraisal Kumoko in return. He realized this was a Zoa La spider, with very high stats and skills, which fascinated him. He couldn't understand why such a monster existed, and with just a single blink, the spider wiped out all the soldiers. So, the young man gave him a punch to calm him down. At this moment, they were very frightened, trying to hold Kumoko back, waiting for Ronant to use space magic. But, the monsters summoned by the young man still couldn't withstand Kumoko. Ronant was once again amazed, as the spider monster could even copy magic. Kumoko continuously used evil eyes to annihilate them all, and caused Ronant to lose an arm. Fortunately, he managed to teleport back to the kingdom in time. Meanwhile, Kumoko was very angry, because she had lost her home after just a short stroll, and her three personalities were also angry. At this point, Kumoko had reached level 20, so she could continue to evolve, and she became Sane. She thought the name sounded very cool, so she began to evolve. At this point, Kumoko's taboo skill had reached level 10, so she received billions of pieces of information about the formation of this world, transmitted into her brain. But Kumoko learned one very important piece of information: this world will be destroyed. So, Kumoko and her personalities decided to prevent this. But in order to do that, she needed to become stronger. So, Kumoko decided to eliminate the earth dragon Araba, which frightened her personalities. But they were beaten by her. At this moment, Kumoko ran to Araba's location. However, she encountered a level 25 snake. The snake was fighting with Araba, but she saw that the snake had no chance of escaping. Kumoko realized that Araba's power was very frightening. So, Kumoko decided she needed to level up and devise a plan to defeat Araba. At this moment, she discovered that using evil eyes also caused her to be injured. So, she decided to only use it when in danger. Kumoko healed her wounds. At this moment, Kumoko was thinking of ways to ambush Araba. She was stung in the butt by a bee that had sneaked up on her. She didn't understand why her detection skill hadn't noticed it. Kumoko was stung by another bee. This made her very angry. So, she decided to eliminate the entire swarm of bees. She finally avenged her butt. This made Kumoko very happy. Suddenly, the queen bee appeared. It attacked Kumoko, but it was just an illusion. At that moment, Kumoko saw their nest. So, she activated poison magic, and she successfully dealt with all the bees. So, Kumoko leveled up. She also prepared all the necessary skills to confront the earth dragon. When Kumoko charged into attack, she was unable to hit it. So, she along with her personalities used space magic to hover in the air. She controlled a large amount of magic to attack Araba. But she discovered that Araba's healing ability was very high. So, Araba also used magic to attack Kumoko. However, Araba's speed was very fast, and it completely overwhelmed Kumoko. So, Kumoko continued to use poison and shoot webs at Araba. It thought it would have no effect. Unexpectedly, Araba fell into Kumoko's trap. So, she delivered the finishing blow. At this moment, Araba used fire magic to counter her. Kumoko discovered that it had used all its accumulated skill points on this attack, just to kill her. So, Araba continuously attacked and chased Kumoko. Although she had healed herself, Kumoko fell into its trap, causing her HP to decrease rapidly. When in danger, Kumoko decided. Kumoko used evil eyes to counterattack Araba. But she lost one of her eyes. She decided to cut off a part of her body. At this moment, she realized that Araba was truly too strong. But Kumoko still did not give up. Suddenly, Araba was knocked away and both of them fell down. Before the battle began, Kumoko had already planned for this. From the start, she didn't target Araba's HP or MP. Instead, she focused on its stamina. She used a skill called Sloth. When Araba's SP reached 0, it would die. At this moment, when Kumoko was about to finish off Araba, she saw that it had chosen to surrender. This made Kumoko angry because it didn't value its own life, while she had to struggle to survive inside the labyrinth. Thus, Araba died and Kumoko also leveled up to 29. At this moment, Kumoko found the way out of the labyrinth. She was very happy because she was about to see the outside world. But as soon as she got outside, Kumoko was greeted with a hail of arrows from many people. So, she destroyed the entire fortress and ran away. At this moment, Kumoko was very happy to see the outside world. Suddenly, she spotted a village, but Kumoko was afraid of being rejected by the villagers. So, she checked the evolution options. She discovered that if she evolved into an Arachne, she would have a human torso. Kumoko was very happy. Suddenly, she received a call from the mother spider. She was told that Kumoko had to return to the labyrinth. At this moment, Kumoko realized she is being controlled by the mother spider. But Kumoko refused, which made the mother spider angry. Since she thought that if she could kill Araba, then there was no need to be afraid of a bunch of spiders. Suddenly, a swarm of spiders emerged from the labyrinth. While Kumoko was still enjoying herself here, she discovered that the mother spider had sent an army of spiders here. Just the white spider alone was strong enough to fight Araba. But Kumoko still decided to fight them. So, they fell into Kumoko's trap, and she continuously attacked them. However, she still couldn't defeat the 3 white spiders, and she continued to be attacked by them. This caused her to lose several legs. So, Kumoko decided to flee. When they chased after her, they fell into Kumoko's trap again, and she demonstrated to them the power of a spider, when it has the IQ of a human. So, she used space magic to bring the white spider back to roast. But it still resisted. So, Kumoko continued to attack it with poison. Finally, she had roasted spider as a meal. After eating, she went back to find the remaining 3 and roast them as well. Suddenly, she was bothered by a call from the mother spider. So, Kumoko decided, she told her personalities, to let them enter the mind link of the mother spider, and consume her mind. Meanwhile, as Kumoko was waiting for her personalities to deal with the mother spider, she inadvertently encountered a group of bandits. They were attacking a carriage. While she was pondering whether to rescue them, she saw a child. So, she took care of them. At that moment, she was thinking it might be a princess inside. But she saw that the servant was injured. So, she decided to heal him. While Kumoko was imagining herself as a hero, she discovered that the child was a vampire. And she is a classmate of Kumoko who reincarnated, named Negishi. This made Kumoko start feeling bitter. Because back then, the 2 of them were the most eccentric people in the class. And they were always bullied by their classmates. But Negishi was reincarnated as a cute baby named Sophia. Meanwhile, she had turned into a spider. By afternoon, she discovered a group of elves. They were trying to kidnap Sophia. So, Kumoko protected her friend by dealing with them. Meanwhile, Kumoko's personalities were working actively. They ate the spider mother's mind, while Kumoko was still enjoying the outside world. Suddenly, the Kumokos felt strange, because the spider mother was not taking any action. Suddenly, they realized, the spider mother was gathering troops to hunt down Kumoko. So, her personalities intended to run back and report. Unexpectedly, they were blocked by the spider mother. At this moment, Kumoko was thinking about what to eat. Suddenly, the spider mother appeared. When Kumoko used appraisal, she discovered that the spider mother was level 89. The spider mother was a boss that was actually 5 times stronger than Araba. So, Kumoko decided to run away. Kumoko was continuously attacked by the spider mother. At this point, since she had lost her parallel minds, Kumoko found it very difficult to use magic. She thought she was going to die. Fortunately, she managed to teleport back to the Elro labyrinth in time. Unexpectedly, the spiders were already waiting for her here. So, Kumoko was continuously attacked by them. At this moment, thanks to the ruler of perseverance skill, when her HP dropped to 1 but she still had MP, she will still survive. Kumoko used poison to blind them. She then planned to lure them down to the lava floor. Suddenly, she was blocked by a puppet. Kumoko realized that the puppet was controlled by a small spider inside. Kumoko was surrounded, but she was still determined to survive against these spiders. Kumoko realized that leveling up was the only chance she had to survive. Unexpectedly, Kumoko fell into the puppet's trap, and she was forced to the ground by it. So, Kumoko decided to use evil eyes to destroy them. Finally, Kumoko leveled up. This time it's my turn to take care of you. And Kumoko teleported to the magma layer to escape the puppet. She realized that the puppet was a special evolution type. So, Kumoko decided she would also evolve into Zana Horawa, a rare legendary type of spider. Finally, Kumoko successfully evolved, and she also acquired the skill of immortality. I will take special care of you. Suddenly, Administrator D contacted Kumoko to congratulate her on becoming the only spider with the immortality skill. She informed Kumoko that her death in Japan was due to the battle between the hero and the demon lord of the previous generation. They accidentally bent space and destroyed Kumoko's classroom, and D was also a member of the class that was sitting there. So, D made amends by giving the souls of 25 classmates reincarnated into this world. But, only Kumoko was reincarnated as a spider, which made Kumoko feel resentful. D said that, but Kumoko would mature faster. Meanwhile, Kumoko's friends are still babies. She also told Kumoko, "Try to make me happy. Do you see me as your game?" At this point, Kumoko decided to deal with the puppet first. Although the puppet was very fast and strong, it was easily drowned by Kumoko using water. At this point, Kumoko was out at sea looking for fish to eat. Suddenly, she managed to connect with her personalities. "You should run right away. Something even stronger than the mother spider is coming for you." But, before she could do anything, an ancient spider of level 139 named Ariel appeared. With super strong stats and skills, she was known as the Demon Lord Ancient Divine Beast. With just one blow, it shattered Kumoko into many pieces. After that, the Demon Lord left, thinking Kumoko was dead. Thanks to the immortality skill, Kumoko survived. However, she was still being bothered by some sharks. Kumoko realized that the mother spider had asked the Demon Lord to kill her. Kumoko knew that being caught by the Demon Lord would mean certain death. On Demon Lord Ariel's side, she was entering the mother spider's mind. Ariel was surprised to see Kumoko's personalities still present there. The first personality then clung to Ariel. She realized that Kumoko was not dead yet. So, Ariel decided she had to kill her. Meanwhile, Kumoko had recovered. She began using Sharingan to search the area. She then spotted the little vampire girl. The girl was also a reincarnated friend of hers. She was still being watched by the elf tribe. Meanwhile, Negishi had returned home. She remembered that when she was first reincarnated, she was the daughter of a lord. Her name was Sophia. She was also granted the skill of vampire progenitor. Although she still had memories of her previous world, but her body is still that of a child. Previously, her family was attacked by a band of robbers, which left Sophia very frightened. However, she was rescued by a spider. She thought she would never see that spider again. Suddenly, the elves broke into Sophia's house. But, they were all dealt with by Kumoko using evil eyes combined with Sharingan. Thus, she also discovered their hideout. She felt disappointed because they were too weak. On the side of the elf tribe leader, he was aware of the existence of the reincarnators. So, he devised a plan to kidnap them. However, he was still afraid of Demon Lord Ariel. He thought Ariel had sent the spider monster to thwart his plan. On Sophia's father's side, he was afraid that the spider monster would harm his child, because he knew it was nicknamed the Nightmare of the Labyrinth. It had already killed many soldiers outside the Great Elro Labyrinth. However, his wife greatly revered Kumoko as a divine beast. She went around advertising throughout the town. But the butler thought that the spider monster had intelligence. so they could try to find a way to communicate with it. At this time, a mother came to ask Kumoko to save her son. Seeing that she had some free time, Kumoko decided to act as a doctor and treat the boy. Suddenly the next morning, the whole village and town gathered here. They revered Kumoko as a divine beast. They even used Kumoko's image for commercial purposes. This made Kumoko feel helpless because of her newfound fame. Meanwhile, Sophia, she saw the elf leader named Patimas. He was coming to ask her father about the spider monster. When he saw Sophia, he said, "So, Ariel sent the spider monster to protect this girl." When Sophia heard the name Ariel, she thought he was selling laundry detergent. On Kumoko's side, she realized that Demon Lord Ariel was searching for her. So, she took the opportunity to teleport back to the labyrinth to deal with the mother spider. Because the mother spider's stats had been halved due to her soul being eroded by Kumoko's personalities. Suddenly, Kumoko fell into her trap. This caused her to lose several of her legs. As she thought she was about to die, two of Kumoko's personalities suddenly returned. They transferred all of the mother spider's stats and skills to Kumoko. So, Kumoko retaliated against her. In the end, she managed to defeat the mother spider. Consequently, Kumoko leveled up. She saw many of her stats increase, feeling as if she had just hacked the game. Suddenly, Kumoko heard news. The first personality of Kumoko had entered the Demon Lord's mind. This surprised her. At this moment, when Ariel returned, she was very angry and determined to eliminate Kumoko. However, Ariel was stopped by Earth Dragon Gakia. The next day, the villagers were still worshipping Kumoko, and she was given a lot of food. Suddenly, a fat man from the Oak Kingdom came looking for Kumoko, because she had destroyed their fortress as soon as she came out of the labyrinth. She found him talking too much. So, Kumoko ignored him. This angered him because he felt disrespected by a spider. He decided to send his army to capture Kumoko. Meanwhile, Kumoko was observing Ariel. She saw that they were engaged in a very fierce battle. Suddenly, a dragon knight appeared. He introduced himself as Julie. He advised Kumoko not to bother Ariel anymore. He also suggested that she not interfere too much in this world, because Kumoko had become too powerful. Her actions would cause chaos in this world. Although she knew he was sincerely begging her. But, Kumoko refused, because through the taboo skill, she knew that if she did nothing, this world would be destroyed. She saw Julie silent, so Kumoko said, "Do what you believe is right." Suddenly, he understood something and left. She thought she had found peace. Unexpectedly, Kumoko was attacked. So, she immediately defeated them. She discovered that these soldiers were under the fat man's command. This made Kumoko furious. So, she also dealt with him. However, his death caused trouble for Sophia's father. This was the best opportunity for them to start a war with his country. Unexpectedly, their army quickly arrived. This surprised Kumoko. Kumoko realized she had caused trouble for Sophia's family. On Ariel's side, she was still fighting against Earth Dragon Gakia. Although he was overwhelmed by Ariel, Gakia still tried to prevent Ariel from reaching Kumoko. Eventually, Earth Dragon Gakia was defeated. But, Ariel also realized that her soul was gradually merging with Kumoko's persona, and her personality was becoming similar to Kumoko's, as she also gradually started to enjoy eating. Suddenly, Julie appeared as well. He told Ariel that the reincarnated individuals were sent by D to change the tragic fate of this world. Because Kumoko's personality was gradually merging with Ariel's, she no longer wanted to kill Kumoko. However, she still had to punish Kumoko for provoking her. So, Julie was relieved to take Ariel to Kumoko. Meanwhile, Kumoko was watching the war that had broken out. She was even very carefree, and acted as a live broadcaster for the battle. Suddenly, she saw a boy who was also forced to join the fight. So, she scolded those who caused the war. At this point, Kumoko had also fought, and she defeated all the enemies of Sophia's family. She thought everything was too easy when suddenly Ariel teleported in. This surprised Kumoko. So, Ariel immediately attacked Kumoko. At this point, Kumoko realized she was trapped within Ariel's barrier. Ariel continuously attacked Kumoko. So, Kumoko began to counterattack. However, Ariel's HP recovered very quickly. Thus, Kumoko couldn't inflict any damage on Ariel. Kumoko was then knocked into the soldiers by Ariel. Accidentally. This helped Kumoko level up and recover HP. So, she took a moment to mourn the soldiers. Suddenly, the boy ran up. He challenged Ariel. When Kumoko used appraisal, she realized that the boy named Julius is a hero. He wants to challenge the demon lord. Although Kumoko sees the boy as very weak, he has a special skill that can counter the demon lord. This makes Kumoko very happy, thinking she has been saved. However, Ariel pays no attention to the kid. She still wants to take revenge on Kumoko. Kumoko thinks she will die from this attack. Unexpectedly, Kumoko comes back to life. Thanks to her egg-laying skill from the mother spider, Kumoko creates many clones of herself. At this point, Kumoko realizes she can evolve into an Arachne, so she immediately undergoes the evolution. Finally, Kumoko's upper body becomes human. This makes Kumoko very happy. Suddenly, Kumoko's offspring also begin to hatch. So, she immediately takes out food for them. At this point, Kumoko realizes Sophia is in danger. On Sophia's side, her parents have entrusted her to the butler named Merazofis. So, he immediately takes Sophia and tries to escape. But, they are captured by them. Sophia realizes that she will die if things continue like this. So, she bites into his neck and turns him into a vampire. So, he frantically rushes in to deal with all of them. But, Patimas had appeared, and he wants to destroy Sophia, because he knows that the progenitor vampire's power will later disrupt his plans. As he is about to eliminate both of them, Kumoko appears and attacks him. At this point, Sophia also realizes that Kumoko resembles Wakaba. But, he is still able to stand up, because she can't appraisal his level. Kumoko realizes that he is very dangerous. He continuously attacks Kumoko. When she counterattacks, she realizes that he is a robot. He thinks he has killed Kumoko. But, she is still alive. At this point, Kumoko learns that he is the cause of the world's destruction. Therefore, she must defeat him. But, Ariel appears, with a personality that is now completely like Kumoko's. Upon seeing Patimas, she immediately defeats him. However, this is only his fake body. Therefore, Ariel will come after him someday. Suddenly, Ariel proposed to Kumoko that they should cooperate to defeat Patimas and save the world. She also asked Sophia and Merazofis to join them. Both agreed and set off with Ariel to the demon realm. 15 years later, at this moment, during a royal banquet, all of Kumoko's classmates have successfully been reincarnated. Shun was reincarnated as the fourth prince of the kingdom. Katya was reincarnated as a young noble lady, along with two other friends, Hugo and Yuri. They are all future sword kings and holy maidens. When they saw Katya, the young men were very pleased, because Katya was reincarnated as a girl, and there's an unfortunate girl like Kumoko, who was reincarnated as a lizard. Meanwhile, Oka is their teacher. She is a princess of the elf tribe, and she says that, aside from the 5 people here, she has found and taken care of 11 other reincarnates in the elf village. At this moment, they are at the Royal Academy. Since Hugo is also a prince, he enjoys teasing Shun. Meanwhile, Faye is very upset, thinking that being reincarnated as a monster is her punishment for bullying Wakaba. At this moment, while the group is practicing a magic test, suddenly, they were attacked. The teacher is the first to be killed. An earth dragon appears, surprising everyone. Hugo steps up to show his skills but is defeated by the earth dragon. At this point, it was Shun's turn to rescue everyone. So, Katya and Yuri also rush in to support him. But, they still can't do anything to it. Suddenly, Hugo continued to charge forward and break the formation. Seeing Shun in danger, Faye bites into the dragon's neck. In the end, both of them managed to defeat it. Seeing Shun being praised by everyone made Hugo envious. But, Faye discovered that the dragon was her mother, which shocked Shun. The next day, Faye evolved. This made Shun very surprised, because Faye's stats were very high. If she continued to evolve, she would surpass her brother. It turns out that Julius is Shun's older brother. On Julius's side, he was advancing into the Great Elro Labyrinth to find and destroy Nightmare's vestige, who is Kumoko's child. They were surrounded by a horde of spiders. Suddenly, a white spider appeared. Although Julius could easily defeat the horde of spiders, Nightmare's vestige was too fast. causing Julius to get injured. Suddenly, something frightened Nightmare's vestige. Seizing this opportunity, Julius attacked and defeated it. On the side of Shun and the others, Oka had found nearly all the reincarnated people. But there are still 3 people who haven't been found. At this moment, the class had a camping trip. Sue is Shun's younger sister in this world. Knowing she couldn't be in the same group as her brother made her sad. And she really likes Shun. So, Shun joined Oka and Hugo's group. At this moment, Katia told Shun to find a chance to make up with Hugo. When they entered the forest, they set up camp together. Hugo still disliked Shun because he stole all the spotlight from him. In the afternoon, Hugo picked a fight with Shun. He said that the world exists for him to rule. Therefore, Shun's existence was unnecessary. At this moment, Hugo was level 31. He possessed many powerful skills, especially the Emperor skill. So, he continuously attacked Shun, and he completely overwhelmed Shun. When he was about to finish off Shun, Oka appeared and knocked Hugo away. Oka then used the ruler skills. She erased all of Hugo's stats and skills. It left him in despair. And Shun was also surprised by Oka's unique skill. By evening, while Hugo was still angry, suddenly, Sophia found Hugo and said that she could help him. The next day, Shun recalled that before reincarnation, Shun had 2 close friends. Ushima had been reincarnated as Katia, while Kiyoya had not yet been found, and they were all close friends. Their teacher is always very energetic and attentive to everyone. But in the class, there were 2 of the most eccentric people. An unattractive girl named Negishi, and the other was Wakaba, who was addicted to games and manga and did not socialize with others. As a result, she was often bullied by Shinohara. Shinohara is actually Faye after reincarnation. Therefore, Faye has always regretted her past actions and wanted to find Wakaba in this world. But Oka said that Wakaba had died. This surprised everyone. The next day, Shun's older brother returned, but Julius said that he had to continue preparing for the fight against the demon race. He was very surprised to see that Faye had grown up, because 15 years ago, a group of adventurers had brought an earthworm egg back from the lair of a spider. And that was Kumoko's home. Then, Julius left. On the demon race's side, Demon Lord Ariel gathered 10 of the demon race's commanders to prepare for the war against the human race. Suddenly, 2 commanders started arguing during the meeting. They disagreed with Ariel becoming the demon lord, but both were immediately subdued by Ariel. This made them start to fear her. Kumoko, Kiyoya, and Julie were also present. At this time, the demon lord also began issuing orders for war. When the meeting ended, Ariel spoke privately with Julie about their plan. She mentioned that the hero must die. Suddenly, while in class, Shun received the title of hero. This shocked him because the hero title is only passed on when the previous hero has died. So, he realized that something must have happened to his brother. The next morning, Shun told his father about everything. He also informed his other brothers. This made everyone very sad. But only Silas, Shun's eldest brother, was indifferent to the news. Suddenly, they received a notification. The Queen Spider was the cause of Julius's death. Their fortresses had also been destroyed by the demon race. But only Ronan's fortress was able to repel the enemy, because he is the strongest mage among humans. At this moment, the king told Shun to strive to follow Julius's example, to become humanity's hope. On Ronan's side, although he had won, he did not feel any joy. And Ronan told the soldier about the nightmare of the labyrinth. 15 years ago, he had been lucky to survive when he encountered it. At this moment, Faye saw that Shun was still very sad, because of his brother's death. So, Faye went to comfort him, and she told Shun to make a pact with her. Unexpectedly, after the pact was made, Faye was transformed back into an egg and began to evolve. That evening, Hirons suddenly came to Shun to apologize to him, and he told him about what had happened while they were trying to defend the fortress. Suddenly, a girl in white appeared. She made Julius and everything else disappear with just one blow. He was fortunate to be revived thanks to the phoenix feather Julius had given him. It made Shun very sad. He resolved to become a hero like Julius. At that moment, Hirons also promised that he would protect Shun to atone for his mistakes. Meanwhile, Ariel was preparing for the next phase of her plan. She had Sophia help Hugo regain his strength. The next day, Patimas and Oka went to meet the king. They discussed strategies to deal with the demon race. Meanwhile, Katya and Sue were worried. They feared that Shun would be in danger now that he had become a hero. Suddenly, Hugo appeared. He used brainwashing magic on them. The next day, when Shun had met with his king, suddenly, Sue took action and killed him. This left Shun in shock. At this moment, Silas immediately jumped in and blamed all the crimes on Shun. At this moment, Shun realized Hugo and Silas had teamed up because he wanted to seize the throne. Seeing his sister brainwashed made Shun furious. He immediately punched Hugo. Suddenly, Sophia stepped in to stop him. When Shun was in danger, Oka arrived in time. Along with Hyrance and a maid, they helped Shun escape. When they were being blocked, Shun's second older brother arrived to provide support. By evening, they had escaped the palace. At this point, they realized that Hugo and Sophia had taken control of the entire kingdom. Suddenly, Katya also arrived. She ordered an attack on them. Shun realized that Katya had also been brainwashed. So, he continually tried to help Katya regain her composure. Suddenly, Katya regained her senses. Because she didn't want to harm Shun, Katya harmed herself. This caused Shun great sorrow, as he feared Katya would die. However, Shun inadvertently activated a hero skill that healed Katya. Unexpectedly, Sophia also appeared. She killed Patimas and completely overwhelmed Oka. As everyone was in danger, unexpectedly, Faye had successfully evolved. She arrived just in time to help everyone escape. Although they were temporarily safe, they knew that Hugo would lead an army to the elf village. So, they decided to head there before him. However, they had to pass through the Great Elro labyrinth. So, Hyrance went to a nearby village to find an adventurer to guide them. Fortunately, he agreed to help. Suddenly, Oka told Shun to go see something very interesting. It turned out that Faye had turned into a human. The next morning, the group was led to a beach. This was the entrance to the labyrinth. But, Faye was very scared because she didn't know how to swim. So, Shun took Faye's hand and swam with her. Suddenly, the group encountered a water dragon. Shun stepped up to lure it away. When Shun was in danger, Faye immediately ran over and defeated the water dragon. Thus, the group was safely inside the labyrinth. On Ariel's side, she gathered the demon army to prepare with Shiraori to head to the elf village. It turned out that Shiraori was Kumoko who had evolved. Shun's group had defeated many monsters along the way. When the group was resting, the man told them about the nightmare of the labyrinth 15 years ago. He had been fortunate to encounter it once. It had healed his teammates' wounds. This surprised Shun and Oka. But, he warned that it was incredibly powerful. If they wanted to survive, they should never make an enemy of it. Suddenly, they encountered an earth dragon. Despite their continuous attacks, they couldn't injure it. So, Faye decided to punch it. This left everyone astonished. So, Shun seized the opportunity to defeat it. This helped him level up and earn the title of Dragon Slayer. Suddenly, Kumoko's children appeared. They began to assess them. They said that they would soon meet their mother. The next day, they saw the exit. Faye then flew them out of the labyrinth. Finally, they arrived at the elf village through Oka's secret passage. Upon returning, Oka was surprised to find that her father was still alive. Oka then took everyone on a tour of the village. She told them that the village was protected by a huge barrier. So, it was very safe here. At this point, Oka led everyone to meet the other reincarnated classmates. This made them very happy. However, Oka was not welcomed here. So, she left. At this point, when they learned that Katya had been reincarnated as a girl, the young men found her very attractive. And they also told Shun that they had all been kidnapped by Oka and brought here. She said it was to protect them, but they felt controlled by the elf tribe. So, everyone distrusted Oka. On Oka's side, she remembered her past life. She always cared for her students and made the whole class happy. Until she reincarnated into this world, she realized she had a unique skill called Student Roster. This skill allowed Oka to predict the deaths of her students. She discovered that all of them would die before the age of 20. This realization made Oka cry. Suddenly, she accidentally unlocked the telepathic skill. So, she recounted everything to Patimas. He promised to help Oka. Patimas sent people to either abduct or buy back all the reincarnates in this world. So, they all began to hate Oka. However, she remained determined to do everything she could to protect her students. At this time, Sophia's and Ariel's armies had also arrived at the village. The next morning, Shun's group was gathering with Kunihiko and Asaka. They were also two very powerful reincarnates. When Kunihiko examined the barrier, he discovered that it was very solid. Meanwhile, the elves didn't like them. The elves had great confidence in their barrier. At this time, everyone was preparing for battle. Suddenly, they discovered that the barrier had been destroyed. This surprised everyone. Hugo and Yuri then ordered their troops to attack the village. Oka tried to stop him. However, he possessed swordsmanship skills. He continuously overpowered Oka. Unexpectedly, he also had another skill called Lust. This skill allowed him to steal the powers of those he had killed. So, he became much stronger. Oka had no choice but to make a decision. To protect the other students, she shot Yuri. She then created a barrier to hold Hugo back. Suddenly, Sophia attacked Oka to rescue Hugo. While she was in danger, Shun managed to appear just in time to stop Hugo. They urged Hugo to stop, but he remained determined to take revenge on Shun and Oka. So, Shun decided to fight him. On Patimas's side, he realized Ariel had arrived. So, he decided to use his secret weapon. Meanwhile, Shun was continuously attacked by Hugo. But, he still maintained an advantage over him. This made Hugo very angry because he was still not stronger than Shun. Suddenly, Sophia taunted Hugo, saying, "You have outlived your usefulness." At that moment, Marazofis appeared and dealt with Hugo. Shun then rushed to attack Sophia. But, Sophia completely overpowered Shun. So, everyone decided to fight alongside him. Kunihiko and Asaka held off Marazofis to allow them to fight Sophia. But, she was so strong that she could take on 6 people at once. At this point, Sophia said that their plan was only to annihilate the elf tribe, and they would not kill the reincarnated individuals. But, Shun's group still insisted on fighting Sophia. So, they continued to be punching bags for her. Suddenly, Faye suggested surrendering. Kunihiko and Asaka managed to defeat Marazofis, because this was only a clone of him. So, Shun continued to fight Sophia. As they were about to attack Sophia together, then, Kyoya appeared. Seeing Kyoya on the Demon Lord's side shocked Shun. At this moment, Kyoya told Shun's group, "You've been deceived by the elf tribe." But, they still refused to believe Kyoya. So, Kyoya had no choice but to capture them. Unexpectedly, the elf tribe arrived, and they used a secret weapon. They summoned a horde of anti-magic robots. The robots immediately surrounded and attacked them. On Ariel and Shiraori's side, they were still searching for Patimas. Ariel noticed that Shiraori was worried about her friends. So, she told Shiraori, "If you're worried, just go." At this moment, Sophia and Kyoya were continuously attacked by the robots. But, Sophia easily swept them all away. Seeing that Shun was still attacking Sophia, Kyoya intervened to stop him. But no matter what was said, Shun refused to understand. So, they continued to be beaten by Kyoya. He accidentally struck Shun's maid. Thus, Shun tried to heal her. Unexpectedly, it helped Shun's taboo skill reach level 10. This allowed him to see the true nature of the world. Suddenly, Hugo launched a surprise attack on Sophia, making her so angry that she was about to kill him. But she was stopped by Shiraori. Sophia asked, "Why is Master stopping me?" Meanwhile, everyone was very surprised, because they saw that Wakaba was still alive. That's it for today's video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Support Onichan for future videos. Thank you for watching. Love you always.